I can't find my glasses anywhere. What's that, actually? I think that's just a ice cream or something that I ate earlier. I don't think it's blood. I hope to hell that's not blood. Anyway, I'm making this video because I want to inform you. Or I don't really know why it would be to inform you that I have a court case tomorrow regarding the supposed assault of my mother, and that well, I've already pleaded guilty to it, but it was not without foundation. I can't believe I'm defending my actions, but if you live with my mother for so much as several months, let alone a good 19 years before leaving home, you will begin to realize just how much of a psychopath she is, how much she likes to construe trouble, how much she likes to lay implications in her speech, which are of the meanest spirit and generally just antagonistic. This is basically the class A psychopathic type female whore, which is the primary type of female whore, which I would say encompasses a good 95% of the population. These individuals have low affective empathy anyway. They couldn't give a fuck about your feelings. However, they have this chessboard empathy, which Cohen, the psychopathic Jew that he is, worships. He believes it's a good thing to be able to manipulate people, to lie to people, to fuck with people, and he says this forms a basis for neurotypical social relations, and that you should be a fucking liar and a fucking game player, just like he is. That forms the basis for his beloved cognitive empathy, you see, and my mother embodies this desire of neurotypicalia to destroy the artist and turn him into that. I, for one, couldn't possibly endorse that. I was just sick of my mother in general. I dislike my mother, to be honest. She is guileful, she is evil, she's surly, she's wry, she's manipulative, she's crass. She plans things surreptitiously and clandestinely to circumvent and sidestep whomever she's trying to negotiate with, so that she has the ultimate standing, so that she could be queen psychopath. That I come from such stock may raise concern about my own traits in this regard. I certainly won't deny that I share a few traits in that regard, but I wouldn't like to say that I'm a carbon copy of my mother. Of course, my mother attributes everything negative about me to my dad. I don't think there was really much of my dad's personality that could be accredited in that direction. He was just a bit of a man, a bit of a maneuverable pawn. That's what my mother liked him. The reason he got violent was probably because of the sheer evil she wielded by way of her matriarchal control, which can get overbearing and actually rather soul-crushing when you realize you've just surrendered all of your power to that fucking evil, Riley, caduceus snake. She almost reminds me of the NHS, which coincidentally enough is a pillar of the matriarchy. It upholds the matriarchy, and most of the spending is dedicated to the matriarchy in the form of female-oriented healthcare. So that's all I had to say. Why should I have empathy for somebody who doesn't have empathy for me? It doesn't necessarily mean anything about my Asperger's, and I wish my lawyer would emphasize that more! But of course, he, being this evil thing, appointed by the state no less, yes. So you know he's just going to use the lazy argumentation, using my Asperger's as a mitigatory factor, but inadvertently making me look like I have no control over myself and no empathy, no feelings, whatever. Just like the kind of fodder autism initiatives used to disdainfully and contemptuously deride all of its all of the clients under its support. So in preparation for tomorrow, I will have to sleep on my couch, which, if I can maneuver my camera, actually, is there. It's kind of broken. I'm gonna have to fix that. My whole flat's in a mess, but I'm quite glad you can't see it. I'm so fucking happy that you can't see it. Because, to be honest, I don't know how I would be able to live if everybody knew what kind of circumstances, what kind of filth, what kind of malfeasance I squalorously lie in my own filth, as it were. And yes, I took a slight break from filming part 2, and I'm kind of pleased that I don't have to wait much longer for this, because, believe me, I'll just be happy for the verdict to be passed. It's supposedly going to be very lenient for me, since I accrued no other offences. I hope it's just not dragged out. I just hope it's not drawn out. That's all I wanted to tell you. Bye.